Welcome, everyone! Today, we're counting down the best dark rides for the Halloween season, or really for any time you're in a spooky mood. We're going to rank them, we're going to rate them. I'm Walt, and today...
Sorry, folks. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. It seems Walt forgot he's supposed to be over on his other channel, Animatronic Lore. I'm Grim, and I've taken control of Fastpass Facts for the spooky season.
Hey, Grim, don't be rude, man. Like, this is my channel too, you know? Besides, your voice is like way too grating to narrate a whole video by yourself.
My voice has character. You just don't appreciate greatness when you hear it.
Fine. We can rank and rate these rides together. Just try to behave.
No promises.
Okay, let's go to Efteling, to a ride called Danse Macabre. And this one had a crazy high bar to clear, because it replaced a beloved classic.
Let me guess. It failed miserably.
Quite the opposite. They created something wild. The story is about an orchestra conductor from 1876, a guy named Joseph Charlatan.
Charlatan? Really? Zero subtlety with the name.
That's the point. The thing is, he and his orchestra disappear, and the local legend says they were eaten by a cursed black cat.
A cat ate an entire orchestra, trombones and all. Sounds super believable.
Listen, the ride puts you right inside that legend. You're on a giant rotating platform that doesn't just spin, it also tilts, rises, and drops you suddenly, all perfectly synced to the music.
The deluxe version of the teacups. Got it.
It's so much more. There are these super fluid animatronics, but the real climax, with the help of transparent screens and the platform tilting you towards it, transforms right in front of you into a giant holographic tentacled monster.
Okay, I'll admit, that sounds visually interesting.
It is, and it's not just the visual, it's the timing of everything. The smell of burnt metal, the vibrations in your seat, a gust of wind, it all happens exactly when it should. You get off wanting to get right back on just to figure out how the hell they did it. So for my final score, I'm giving it a 9.5. It's technically brilliant, but I do have a little bit of nostalgia for the old ride.
A 9.5, huh?
Yeah, what about you? Let me guess, a 2? A 3?
Haha, 10.
What? A 10? You? Why?
I don't know. A cynical orchestra conductor, a musician-eating cat, and a general sense of elegant doom. It just felt like home.
Okay, so this next one is a bit of a tease. It's more of a what if, but man, I am holding out hope this becomes real one day.
Oh, fantastic. We're talking about imaginary rides now. Is the next segment about the roller coaster I designed on a napkin?
Hey, if Sally Corporation designed your napkin coaster, I'd be interested. Because back in 2016, they pitched a full concept for a dark ride based on Five Nights at Freddy's.
Of course they. Why spend millions building a ride when you can just show a PowerPoint and get everyone excited over nothing?
Because the concept is really solid. They designed it to be like a real-time multiplayer version of the game. You and the other people in your car are the new night guards at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
A theme park ride based on a stressful minimum wage job. Sign me up.
It's a survival ride. You'd move through these huge physical sets of the pizzeria, but they'd also blend in massive video projections of the animatronics hunting you. Your only goal is to make it to 6 a.m. without getting caught.
And how are you supposed to defend yourself? Do you get a taser? A small flimsy net?
No, just like the game. Your only tools would be a flashlight to scare the animatronics away and the ability to shut doors, all controlled from your ride vehicle. It's fully interactive.
So it's a group project where we can all fail together. Wonderful.
Exactly. They designed it with multiple endings. So based on how your group performs, you might actually survive the night. Or you might get a final jump scare from Foxy and lose.
Let me guess. It was too ambitious and never got built.
Well, it hasn't been built yet. It was just a blueprint any park could buy and build. The fact is, the concept would work so well for a theme park attraction, it would be genuinely terrifying.
And I'm sure it will remain a terrifyingly good idea. Call me when someone actually starts pouring the concrete.
Okay, fine. But just for the sheer potential, I'm giving the concept a 9. My hope is real.
A 9 for a PowerPoint presentation and a dream.
It's a great dream. What's your score?
0.
0? That's harsh, even for you.
It's not a ride, it's a concept. It gets 0 points until it exists in the physical world. My napkin coaster also gets a 0, by the way.
All right, on to the next one. This is the story of a ride that was once everywhere, and then, like a ghost, almost completely vanished.
Is this another one that never got built?
No, this one was very real. I'm talking about Scooby-Doo's Haunted Mansion. Back in the day, Paramount Parks wanted to compete with Disney and Universal, so they needed big IP rides. Scooby-Doo was their first big swing. Sally Corporation developed it, and the concept was simple. You ride a mystery machine through a mansion, shooting ghosts with laser guns. Super fun, family-friendly.
So, a haunted laser tag arena on wheels.
Basically, and it was a huge hit. The first one opened in Canada's Wonderland in 2000, and it was so popular, they started cloning it. Soon, it was in 3 other Paramount parks, and then Six Flags even built a couple of their own versions. Cedar Fair bought all the Paramount parks, and they didn't renew the license for Scooby-Doo. So, overnight, all 4 of those original rides had to get rid of Scooby.
They tore them down?
No, and this is the interesting part. They brought Sally Corp back to retheme them. They ripped out Scooby and the gang and turned them into this new ride called Boo Blasters on Boo Hill.
Boo Blasters on Boo Hill? That sounds like the name a committee came up with after 3 days of no sleep.
It's a bit generic, yeah, but the ride system is basically the same, just with different ghosts. But that was the end for Scooby at those parks. Eventually, the Six Flags ones closed too, replaced by newer rides, ironically also often built by Sally Corp.
So Sally Corporation basically gets paid to build the ride, then gets paid again to replace it with a generic version, and then gets paid a third time to replace the generic version with something else. That's a brilliant business model.
It is, but it means the original ride is almost extinct. The only one left is the trackless version in Madrid. It's a classic that just got lost to licensing deals. For the original Scooby-Doo ride, I'm giving it an 8.5. It was simple, it was fun, and it was the perfect family ride.
The ride itself, a 5. It's a shooting gallery on wheels. The corporate strategy behind it, where you get paid 3 times for the same plot of land, perfect 10.
Okay, for this next one, we're going to Jiang Action Park in China for a ride whose name tells you everything and nothing at the same time. It's called Horror House.
Wow. Let me guess. The sign has a generic spooky font?
Just plain block letters. But the facade itself is a choice. Right on the front, there's this genuinely nasty-looking animatronic of a giant hand holding a decapitated head. It's pretty horrible.
Oh, lovely. So they put their entire budget into the one grotesque thing you see before you even get on the ride.
Seems like it, because after that, you get into these little cars with monster faces on them, and of course, you immediately drive into a giant monster's mouth. But then, it takes a sharp turn into just being strange. The very first thing you see inside is a mannequin wearing a bikini.
I'm sorry, what? A bikini? Did the decapitated head have a beach party planned?
Just a random bikini mannequin. Then the car turns, and it goes pitch black. From there, it's the classic low-budget stuff. Loud screaming sound effects, flashing lights that briefly show other mannequins on the walls, and at one point, a piece of thread dangles from the ceiling, brushing against your head. The big finale is a lit-up monster with glowing eyes. Your car drives right up to it, as if you're about to be eaten, and then it just slowly backs away. And that's basically the end.
So to recap, one horrifying animatronic outside, and inside, it's just a bikini mannequin and some string. This ride sounds less like a horror house, and more like someone cleaned out a weird garage sale and put it all on a track.
For being genuinely scary, I have to give it a 2. But for sheer baffling weirdness that you have to see to believe, it gets a 7 from me.
For its commitment to pure unintentional comedy, it's a 10. For actually being a horror house, a 1. The name is false advertising.
Okay, have you ever heard a ride concept so completely chaotic that you just have to respect it? For this one, we're going to Movie Park, Germany, to talk about a ride that decided to mash up the Bermuda Triangle and Area 51.
Hold on. The Bermuda Triangle, which is in the Atlantic Ocean, and Area 51, which is in the Nevada desert. How in any logical universe do you combine those two?
With a giant fake volcano, obviously. The original ride from 1996 was called Bermuda Triangle Alien Encounter. It was a dark water ride where your boat would sail into this big volcano and just disappear. Inside, you'd discover that the volcano was actually a secret base for aliens who were abducting people and storing them in giant freezers along the walls. It was this gloriously weird, nonsensical story.
Abducting people and putting them in freezers. So the big alien conspiracy is they're just really, really into advanced meal prep.
The ride ended with a big splashdown finale. But then, in 2018, the park decided it was time to, let's say, focus the story a bit. Basically, they repainted the volcano to look like a brown desert mountain and renamed the whole thing Area 51 Top Secret. The new story is that you're on the first ever government-approved public tour of Area 51, set back in the 1950s. Here's where they went completely all in on the retheme. They filled the attraction with authentic military props. We're talking genuine military jeeps, components from actual US jets, original army beds from the 1950s, even a massive, real US Army parachute. They really committed to the bit. It totally elevates the whole experience.
Okay, I have to admit, using authentic military surplus to decorate a ride about silly-looking alien is a level of dedication I can respect.
They added new music, a new pre-show. It's a much more immersive and coherent ride now. So, time for scores. For the original ride's pure bonkers creativity, I'll give it a 7. For the upgraded, super detailed Area 51 version, that's a solid 9. It's a fantastic glow-up.
The original gets a 3 for making absolutely no geographical sense. The new one, I'll give it an 8. Not for the alien, but for its impressive collection of authentic 1950s military hardware. I'm rating the props, not the ride.
And here we are, our number 1 spot. In our opinion, this is the current king of horror dark rides, and maybe the best dark ride in the world right now. We are talking about Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment.
The grand finale. Please tell me it's better than a haunted beach party.
It's in a completely different dimension. From the second you walk into the Gothic castle queue, the level of detail is just staggering. But the pre-show is where it really grabs you. You meet the main character, Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, and she is an animatronic so advanced and lifelike, it is genuinely unsettling to look at. Then, she reveals her new, colossal Frankenstein's monster animatronic. And of course, the experiment immediately goes wrong, unleashing basically every other monster in the Universal Library.
So it's a Monster Mash ride. They just threw Dracula, the Wolfman, and the Mummy into a blender and hit puree.
It is the most chaotic, beautiful Monster Mash ever created. The ride is a relentless sequence of insane effects. It kicks off with the Phantom of the Opera playing a flaming organ that's floating in the air.
Okay, a flaming floating organ is a respectable opening move.
A moment later, Dracula appears and uses his cape to create this wild portal illusion. They use a mix of animatronics and screens to create the illusion of the Wolfman sprinting around your vehicle at full speed. But the absolute showstopper is a scene where a full animatronic of Dracula is literally flying over your head, while the entire physical set collapses around you. The way they blend real props falling with digital effects is just seamless. It's one jaw-dropping moment after another. Right up to the finale where Dr. Frankenstein takes control and triumphantly declares, "All monsters will bow to me." The sheer number of hyper-advanced dynamic animatronics in one place sets a completely new standard.
It sounds expensive and loud. A sensory overload of corporate IP designed to make you buy a t-shirt.
It's the best kind of sensory overload, which brings us to our final scores. For me, it's a 10, a perfect 10. It raises the bar for everything that comes after. There is nothing better than this right now.
It's an assault on the senses. It's chaotic. It's the definition of throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. It's a 9.8. I'm knocking off 0.2 points, because I'm sure it exits directly into a gift shop.
And that's all for today. What do you think? Are we exaggerating? Or do you agree this is the new king? Let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see next. And remember, I always quack back.